Ugh. I absolutely hate cutting out this label from my printer just to have to use all of this tape to fix the label onto the package. Wish there was a better way. There is a better way. Let's talk about that. Yes, there is a better way, and the better way that I have found is the Rollo thermal printer. I used to spend hours cutting out all of the labels and then, you know, taping them all to all my packages. And on high volume days, shipping would take 3 to 4 hours, and it was just so tedious. It reminded me about all the reasons I was afraid to get into reselling in the first place with all the shipping complexity and just annoyances. So that was a lot of work, and I did not realize how easy it could be and less expensive. Before this, we were spending $60 a month on an ink subscription, that coupled with the cost of the actual printer itself, just so expensive to ship, and I was getting tired of it. And that's when I stopped and looked around to see what other resellers were using. And one of the more common ones was the Rollo thermal printer. And I looked at the other ones, Dynamo and Zebra and all that stuff, but the Rollo looked pretty good, looked sturdy, and looked like something that could work for me. Now let's talk about how the Rollo printer could work for you. The Rollo printer does not have any ink, so you'll immediately save on ink. It uses a special paper, special type of paper, and prints it using heat, not ink. It's a big game changer. So no more buying ink on the regular, no more having the ink subscriptions and running out of ink or having your ink bleed all over everything. No, you can get crisp looking black and white prints just from heat. The next is that it takes approximately 1 second to print a single label. My other labels would print probably between 3 to 5 seconds when all is said and done. And that's not to mention how much waste we're saving. This versus, you know, cutting out a shipping label out of all that paper and all that excess waste, pointless. Waste of time. Why are we doing it? Why was I doing it? I don't even know. And already in the first year, you're saving money and time, which are all things that we need more of, right? The other thing you're saving is space. And if I know anything about you resellers out there, is that you need some space. You guys are cramming all your stuff in your kitchen, and your office is full wall to wall with stuff you're selling. I know you because I know me. You need some space. Now, of course, this takes up a little bit more space than just the unit itself, because you do have to have the fan fold labels, but it's still quite a bit less space than a traditional inkjet printer. And the Rollo printer costs about $170. You can purchase it in the link below. It helps us out, helps the channel out, and helps you out, saving you time, money, and space, which are things all resellers need more of. Now, another great thing about the Rollo printer is that this thing will ship out tens of thousands of labels before it is no longer usable. You'll probably never get to the end of its life. This thing can keep going. If you're a super high volume, yeah, you probably go through a couple of them over your lifetime, but this thing so far for me, I print about 1,500 labels a year, and I've had this thing for 3 years, and it's still going strong without any problems. Now, the Rollo company also has a service called Shipping Manager that can combine all of the platforms you're using into one simple shipping solution service. And you can print all your labels there and manage all your shipping across all your platforms. You can compare all the different services, USPS, UPS, FedEx, all right there with the discounts included, and it's fantastic. Now, especially if you're multi-platform, this streamlining can help you so much with managing all your shipments. Instead of logging into eBay and then doing the shipping there, logging into Poshmark, doing the shipping there, logging into Etsy, whatever, you can do all that in one place and really save a lot of time and a lot of energy. The other thing I love is the simplicity of its design. You use this thing right here on the side to open it up, and you place your paper inside. That's about as complicated as it gets. You actually can adjust using these things right here to adjust for your paper size. If you're doing different, other than like 4x6 paper, and you can do all sorts of different printing that way. But this creates a very simple system, very simple solution. It's not complicated. If you look at inkjet printers, there's all kinds of things going on with the arm going back and forth. You got to get into it to replace the ink. None of that is an issue with the Rollo. Now another great thing about using the Rollo printer are the labels. You just peel it off and you slap it on and you're good to go. And they tear off one by one. You can, use them just because, I get like 500 at a time. There are ways to get these very inexpensively, if not for free. And they're not entirely expensive, but they do cost money. So you do have to sort of add that into the overall cost. Paper costs money, so that's the way I looked at it. Is like, I have to buy paper or I have to buy labels. I have to buy something. The labels are a little bit more expensive than the paper, but not all that much more expensive. I'll use less of these because I'll be more efficient and I won't have as many mistakes. That's sort of how I looked at it. Now this is an honest review. Not everything is peaches and cream. There are certainly some issues with the Rollo printer, and I'm going to tell you them from my perspective right now. Now the first gripe I have is this guy. This thing is still a wired product. You still need to physically plug it into the unit and into your computer. Maybe there is a wireless version on the way at some point down the road, but it would be so much nicer if it were wireless. I could have it at one end of the office. I could have it not cluttering up my desk area with, I have enough cables already. You probably have enough cables already. Wireless capability would be so much more helpful here. And that is one reason I don't like it. Now, one of my other gripes about the Rollo is its simplicity. And I know I said that it was one of its strengths, and it is. It's both. Part of the problem is when there's an error, because it's so simple and it gives me so little information that I don't really know what's going on. When there's an error, this button right here, instead of flashing green, will flash red, and cool, thank you for letting me know something's wrong. I knew something was wrong. I don't know what is wrong, and I don't even know exactly how to fix it. Now the good news is there's also a pro here, is that Rollo service, the customer service is fantastic, and they do help you out very quickly, and I've solved almost all the problems I've ever had within a few minutes. Now another issue with the Rollo printer is that it's not entirely flexible. Certainly it's not flexible, I can't stretch it out, duh. But what it doesn't do is it only does a certain number of size prints. I cannot print a full sheet of paper. And oftentimes, particularly with international shipping, you need multiple pieces of paper because you're going to add a customs report. This does not print out the customs report very easily. So if you do a lot of international shipping, maybe you find something else that you can use instead of this. Now to date, I don't know if Rollo has done anything to address that, but it is an issue I run into occasionally, having to still print on an inkjet my international shipments because they do include customs forms. And now another thing to be wary of is if you are a Mac user and you use Safari. The Rollo printer does not print correctly in Safari, and it doesn't seem like they can do anything about it, and that's very frustrating. It puts out a white border all around it and then distorts things, and it's not useful. So you basically have to move everything to Chrome or another, I think Internet Explorer works, Firefox works, but you can't use Safari. And since I'm like a Mac, cultist, like I want to use Safari, but I can't. And so I've basically had to move all my internet usage for eBay onto Chrome instead of Safari, and that's kind of annoying because I want everything to be streamlined, and I want to be cool. Whatever. Now I did say that the labels were a pro, and they generally are, but there are some negatives that you need to be aware of. When buying these things, you have to make sure that whatever place you find to buy them, eBay, Amazon, whatever, that they're high quality. Because I've purchased these from random eBay stores, and they, like the whole batch is just junk. And they gum up and then they get stuck, and I'm wasting them over and over and over again. So once you find a supplier that gives you the stuff that works well, just buy from there constantly. Because these are, these are all these are generalized. These are not, Rollo official printer paper. I don't believe Rollo even offers official printer paper, just paper that is compatible. So you need to be aware, once you find a supplier that gives you the good stuff, just buy from there. Don't go to the absolute cheapest just because it's cheaper, because I'm telling you, I bought a 500 pack and wasted 250 one time, and that was extremely frustrating. So once you find the high quality stuff, keep going to the high quality stuff. It'll save you a lot of headache and a lot of frustration. Now, admittedly, I am a big fan of this product, and no, Rollo's not paying me to say that. They have no idea who I am. But this thing changed the way shipping works for us. It made it so much simpler and easier. It's one of the most annoying parts of the job in my opinion. I like it the least out of all the things. Maybe listing, I don't know. But it changed so much for us, and I think it will for you, especially if you're starting to ramp up your business and you need to take that next step into creating more efficiencies. The Rollo printer is a good place to start. All right, so remember, you can get your Rollo in the link below, and all of the accessories and the supplies in the link below. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.